Hey guys, I'm here and today we have the unboxing and hands-on of the latest Sony flagship, the Sony Xperia VII. If you watched my hands-on from MWC, you know I was quite impressed by the phone, and I cannot wait to get this in and show you around. But let's not waste any more time and get right into it. The box is pretty much what you would expect from a high-end phone like this. There's no plastic wrapping around it, you can see that clearly here. But there's a really nice magnetic closure on the lid here. And inside you do have a bit of bubble wrap to keep it safe. Here it is. Now I've got mine in black, which has always been my favorite colorway for the Xperia phones. But it does also come in white if you prefer that. So next up, you have your standard booklets. You've got the USB-C cable, pretty standard fare, and you've got the same brick that we saw last year, still supports fast charging. You've got a SIM ejector tool. And then finally you've got a pair of earphones. Not that you'll be using these with this phone. So there you have the phone. So as I said, I've gone for the black model again. It's one of my favorite colors from them. It's not something I think you're gonna get with many other phones. You can tell immediately, they look very different to everything else out there, and that S, because they stuck with their own design language. And I am all for it. Let's just talk about the build quality, because it is so good. Both sides are Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and even better, the glass goes all the way around the sides, which is not something you see very often. The back is aluminium. It feels amazing in the hand. This is a solid phone. I've dropped my X1 VII quite a few times. I'm very clumsy, and it's never had a single issue. I expect the same from this, and actually, it is one of those phones that is light enough that you could probably get away with not putting a case on it, although personally, I always do. You'll notice that it's quite tall and slim, and that S because it has a 21:9 aspect ratio, which is very unique. That means you're getting more vertical space without having to deal with large black bars when watching movies. As we know, cinema uses a similar format, so it's a great experience for watching movies, and you can take advantage of the 120Hz refresh rate as well, which makes everything look incredibly smooth. It's also worth noting that we have IP65, IP68 certification. This is fully water and dust resistant. That's something you don't see every day, especially on a flagship. And once again, the side button doubles as a fingerprint reader. It's super fast, and it's easy to reach. It's something I love about these phones. I think what makes these phones stand out most is the fact that it's one of the last remaining devices where you can still get a 3.5mm headphone jack. It's something I really enjoy. These speakers sound absolutely incredible. They're loud, they're clear, they're crisp. I'm actually listening to some music now on it, and I can't stop smiling because the sound coming out of this thing is ridiculous. These are truly some of the best speakers you will find on any phone. And of course, if you're a photographer, there's a lot to like here. We have 3 cameras on the rear, 50 megapixels, 12 megapixels, and 12 megapixels. I won't bore you with the technical details. What's important to know is that you have a main sensor with optical image stabilization. You have an ultra-wide, and you have a 10 times optical zoom camera. That doesn't sound like a lot, but considering the quality of these cameras, it's going to be more than enough for most people. There's also a lot of extra pro features such as real-time, eye autofocus for both humans and animals. This works amazingly well. And you can choose between a number of different styles for the way your photos are taken. It really gives you a lot more control. And let's talk about video, because this is the first time that Sony has introduced their alpha camera knowledge into a smartphone. You can shoot 4K HDR videos at 120 frames per second. There's so much dynamic range in these videos, and it's honestly comparable to a professional camera. It really is impressive what Sony has done here. It is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is the latest processor, which means it's able to handle anything you throw at it. Now it comes with either 12 gigs or 16 gigs of RAM, depending on which spec model you go for. You've got UFS 4.0 storage, which is incredibly fast. So this thing will handle any multitasking, gaming, productivity, whatever you need. It's not going to slow down. And on top of that, the thermals are very well managed. I played games for hours and didn't notice any issues whatsoever. It stayed nice and cool. Now I know that some people might worry about battery life with a phone like this, but Sony has included a 5000 mAh battery, which should comfortably last you throughout the day, even with heavy usage. If you do need to charge it quickly, you can take advantage of the fast wired charging. You've also got wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. And another feature which is pretty cool is that Sony's adaptive charging automatically extends the overall battery health over time. So it learns your charging habits and optimizes accordingly. Now running the software side of things is Android 14 with Sony's own UI skin on top of it. They haven't changed too much compared to previous years, and I think that's a good thing. This phone is all about being powerful and letting the specs do the talking. If you've seen any of my other Xperia videos, you'll know I love the design, and I love how simple it is. There's no bloatware, it's fast, it's snappy, it's smooth, and everything just feels like it's right where it should be. I've mentioned before that I like the game enhancer mode. It's something you can turn on, and it lets you tweak settings for games while you're replaying them. You can record gameplay, you can stream it, and you can even change the graphics settings within the game itself. It's really useful for competitive gamers. Another feature which I like is called Side Sense. You can swipe from the side of the phone to bring up a menu of shortcut options. It's a little jarring at first, but once you get used to it, it's actually pretty useful. You've also got a new updated multitasking menu. You can easily add apps and split the screen in half. Or if you want, you can put 3 apps on the screen at once. Overall, if you're looking for a phone with incredible cameras, a big focus on gaming and entertainment, a cinema-like viewing experience, and you don't mind the tall form factor, then this is definitely one to check out. Let me know what you guys think. If you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description down below where you can pick this up. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.